Rabbits in the wild all over the world successfully consume a wide variety of plants. Various types of dry and fresh grasses and plants with leaves comprise the largest portion of the wild rabbit diet. Rabbits will also eat bark on trees, tender twigs and sprouts, fruits, seeds, and other nutritious foods in small amounts. This is important to know when we decide what is a healthy diet for our house rabbits. But a few factors should be considered before going by this number. First, growing rabbits should eat up to 2 times the amount you normally feed a fully grown adult rabbit. Another is that lactating or pregnant rabbits should eat 3 times as much as you would normally feed them. Another factor that should be considered to assess the amount of food you should give your pet rabbit is how much energy it uses each day. Typically, rabbits in the wild are free to roam wherever they want, so they tend to use up a lot more energy than your typical pet rabbit, and thus need to eat more. What's important is that you maintain a good feeding habit. According to this study done by Utah State University, rabbits that are free-fed, meaning that they are left to eat whenever they want, tend to overeat and become overweight. A great template to follow is that you feed your pet rabbit grass and hay in the morning and a proper commercial feed in the evening. Doing so would save you both time and money because feeding them a balanced meal is equally important in maintaining overall health. To know whether or not you're feeding your rabbits enough food, try to weigh them regularly and check if they are within the normal weight range based on their breed. Another thing you can do to check if your rabbit is too thin is to feel the ribs and backbone. It should be rounded and not protruding in any way. What time should you feed your rabbit? In the wild, rabbits typically eat at dusk and dawn. This is because rabbits are crepuscular animals, meaning they like to eat at night. But I don't think anyone would want to wake up in the middle of the night just to feed their pet rabbit. To keep both you and your pet rabbit happy, we recommend that you feed them at night before you go to bed and in the morning after you wake up. This would keep your pet rabbit happy as they like to eat at night just like they do in the wild. You should also provide them with a steady supply of water that should be maintained regularly. According to the study done by the veterinary nurse, most rabbits prefer to drink from bowls as opposed to sipper bottles. So consider testing out what your rabbit prefers. It's also important that you keep your pet rabbit's food clean and pest-free. If your pet rabbit is not eating the food you left the last time you fed them, you should replace it with a fresh batch. Can you overfeed a rabbit? You definitely can. In fact, many rabbit owners overfeed their bunnies, sometimes even feeding them the wrong thing. Did you know that cabbage and iceberg lettuce cause diarrhea in rabbits? So be careful when feeding them because rabbit stomachs are extremely sensitive. It's better to feed them less than to overfeed them. To properly assess how much you should feed your bunnies, first, you need to know what breed they are. The larger the breed, the more you should feed them. For small breeds, it's recommended that you feed them 2 to 3 ounces of pellets per day. But note that you should mix the variety of food you feed your rabbits. We like to feed them pellets at least once per day and grass hay to help with digestive problems. For medium breeds, it's recommended that you feed them a balanced meal of 3 to 4 ounces of commercial pellets once per day and grass hay once per day. For large breeds, it's recommended that you feed them 4 to 8 ounces of commercial pellets per day. And they should have a steady supply of hay to eat throughout the day. Another thing to consider when deciding how much to feed your pet rabbit is its age. Do rabbits stop eating when they are full? In the wild, rabbits are natural grazers, meaning that they eat a lot of hay just like cattle and other livestock. They usually recognize when they are full, but as natural prey, they are used to eating quickly and then hiding in order to survive. Because of this, they usually don't know whether they've eaten enough food. So make sure that you're monitoring how much you're feeding them. One exception to this is hay. They need a constant supply of the stuff. It's the food that moves their bowels. So make sure that they have a constant supply of hay all the time. Because without it, they could develop intestinal blockage that is fatal to rabbits. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.